Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to Sessions with Kat. I took a little bit of a hiatus because, well, Spirit told me to, and I'm kind of digging back into myself. And I've also been busy, like hella busy with clients. So I didn't really have time to record anyway last week, but here we are. So we have a brand new deck, okay? And I've already went through this deck like for myself, so the cards are not in order. But any cards that pop out to you, let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I tend to keep this weekly-ish, but I do listen to Spirit, so if I need to take a break or if they don't have anything that I'm supposed to talk about, then we don't talk about that. So here we are. And I hope you guys have been good. I hope you guys have been well and taking care of yourself. So let's get into this. So today, Spirit wanted me to talk about taking like a wellness check on yourself. Right? Like I know before we talked about like how much of yourself you're giving away, but how much of yourself are you actually giving back to you versus, just allowing yourself to replenish when you can. All right, I'm gonna zoom in here so you guys can see this a little bit better. So when someone says you need to take a break, doesn't necessarily mean like 30 minutes. It doesn't mean like a lunch break. It doesn't mean like a union break. What they're saying is you need to actually stop and take whatever time you need to replenish to the point where you can function normally. And, for Black women, I can't speak for any other race, but for Black women and probably mothers in general, okay? You don't know when you've taken on too much until you break. You don't know how heavy something is until you stumble. And it's because you're in a mode of resilience and you just keep going until you can't go any further. And I'll give you an example of that. So years ago, like we're talking like 10 years ago, I suffer from PCOS, and with that comes some hectic moon cycles, okay? And this particular cycle had lasted 3 months, okay? And I finally, after 3 months, went to the ER and was like, I don't really know what's wrong with me, right? This is before they told me I had PCOS. And all I told them was, I've been bleeding for 3 months and right now I'm getting a little agitated by it, right? Because after the first month you think, nah, it's nothing, it'll go away. No, I wait 3 whole ass months. And I show up and they're looking at me after they done took my blood pressure and they're doing blood work and they're like, hey, are you okay? I was like, I'm fine, I'm standing. They're like, are you dizzy? I'm like, no. They're like, do you know how pale you are? No. No clue that my blood pressure was extremely low. No clue that my iron was like next to nothing. And they're like, we're surprised you're still standing. We're surprised you're not dizzy and haven't passed out yet. I said, oh, okay. And I'm thinking in my head like, okay, so what are you guys gonna do about this bleeding? And they're like, well, you have to see, your OBGYN for that. And I'm like, all right. They're like, but we can't let you go until we get your blood pressure and your iron up. I said, oh, that's fine. So I have to stay in the hospital and you're only going to fix that part, but not the other. right? That was my thought pattern. And after I got out of there, I went to my OBGYN, luckily I got in quick. And she goes, how did you walk around that long? I said, I don't know, you just fight through it. You just keep going. Like, there's no time to take a break. There's no time to do any of that. Especially at that time, I was working in accounting and it was close to the end of the month. You can't, it's always close to the end of the month in accounting. You can't take a break. You can't just take time off, right? Because the position I was in, I needed to be there. And that doctor looked at me and was like, if you don't take a break, I was like, oh, okay. And, and I got everything situated. But in that moment, after she said that to me, that's when I realized it was time for me to walk away from corporate. And I didn't know how I was going to do it, but I knew I had to do it. But that's not the break part that I'm talking about. It's taking time to take care of your entire being. My spirit was shot. My mentality was shot. My emotional stability was it was completely unstable. Everything was breaking down. And that's today's message. Don't wait till you break down to take a break. If you need to stop doing something like taking a social media break or what have you, do that, right? If you need to walk away from a partner, do that, okay? If you guys are sensitive to nudity, I probably should have said that. There's some in this deck, and here you are. It's okay to take a break. It's okay to take a break to rejuvenate, to rebuild. You must be doing something with that break. And when I say doing something, it's just recovering, right? You don't take a break just to be, cleaning up your house. No, that's like a normal routine kind of thing. You take a break to go and get your hair done if you need to, because you need to feel uplifted. You take a break to just sit around in your yoga pants and your t-shirt, okay? Or for guys, your boxer and whatever, I don't care how you sit there, that's what you do. It's okay to take a mental health break. It's okay to take a spiritual health break. It's okay to take an emotional health break. It's okay to be a little bit selfish, okay? That is something that I have learned over these years, that it's okay to be selfish, right? And not selfish in a egotistical way or anything like that. It's selfish in the sense that you need to take care of you. So if you show up to a place and you're not feeling it, then take your ass home. There's no point being there. If you don't have to absolutely be there, don't be there, right? If you wake up and you go, you know what, today's just not my day, it's not your day. Stay home if you have to. Take that break, right? That's okay, and for mothers out there, I know it's hard to take a break when you have kids, but you have to find that time for you, right? Whether it's taking the kids over to your parents' house for a little bit, just to give you a few hours, right, to recover, to feel better, right? Or even if you take them to the park and let them run around or whatever have you, you need time for you too, and that's okay. All right, that doesn't make you selfish. That makes you actually healthier. It makes you a better person. It makes you wiser, right? And it also teaches your children that it's okay to take a little bit of time to replenish, right? Because even when kids get sick, they're down for the count most of the time, and they just want to lay there and replenish, and then they come back fuller and stronger. Well, you need to do that too, right? And I know sometimes it's hard to take a break for any parents, whether it's male or female, mother, father, however you want to see that. It's hard to take a break sometimes if you're the only parent, but trust and believe, where there's a will, there's a way. And you can manifest that for yourself, right? And don't feel bad about it. Don't feel bad about it. It doesn't make you a bad person to want to like pawn your kids off somewhere, just so that you can feel better. So it's okay to take a break. It's okay to want to be healthy. It's okay to take care of yourself. And I think that sometimes in today's society, we're taught to keep going. Well, you're not the Energizer Bunny, okay? That's not your job. You are a entire being who requires rest in order to rejuvenate, rest in order to rebuild and to clear the mind, and so that you can function on a day-to-day basis. You require that, and that's okay to do that. All right, so take a break, right? Even if it's just you sitting there watching YouTube for like an hour or so, do that, right? You're entitled to it, and no one's gonna hate you for it. I won't hate you. I don't care about anybody else. I won't hate you. I'm gonna applaud you because I want you to take a break. I want you to feel better. I want you to feel whole, right? So that's Spirit's message. The other part is I finally have openings in my Walking Home Barefoot program. I have 3 openings now, because I was booked solid. But I have 3 openings now, so if that's something that interests you, you can reach out and let me know. My contact information I always put in the description box. And if you want to donate or anything, that information is there as well. And I always list the name of the deck and the creator in my description as well. So, in case you want to purchase this deck, there you have it. I got this deck from Amazon. I have seen it at Barnes and Noble. I haven't really gone anywhere else, but I'm sure you can find it in a lot of places. This is a fairly new deck. It came out, if I'm correct, like the 5th or the 6th. And I had mine on pre-order. But I did see it at Barnes and Noble. There's also a book that kind of ties with this as well, and it's by the same author. And here we are at the last card, which is my favorite card. So if you know me, I love all the fucking colors, okay? I am the hippie. As you can see, like from my spread, like all the fucking colors, okay? This is like my favorite card, like in this entire deck. Just the energy of it, and I'm gonna leave you guys with that. So that being said, I wish you all a beautiful week and the brightest of blessings. Have a good one.